Hello guys, BTS Half-Life Garry'sMod IAC and Rin Fan 2003 here, and today it's a sad week for Thomas and Friends fans. On December the 25th, 2024, Britt Allcroft, the creator of Thomas and Friends, has passed away. She created one of the best children's TV shows ever made, Thomas and Friends. Thomas and Friends played a major role in many people's childhoods all around the world, even Venezuela, including me. Her death was announced by filmmaker Brandon Carty, director of fan documentary and Unlikely Fandom, on the social media platform X, formerly Twitter. Carty wrote, "It is with great sadness that I share with you the passing of Britt Allcroft. The Allcroft Wright family has asked me to bring this news to the Thomas fandom." The Thomas and Friends franchise was originally started off back in 1942 as a story that Rev. W. Awdry was told to entertain his son Christopher Awdry while he was suffering from measles and was confined to a darkened room. Then the Railway series began in 1945 with the first book called 3 Railway Engines. The show was adapted by Britt Allcroft for TV as Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, renamed simply to Thomas and Friends with Series 7 onwards. It ran for 24 seasons and it was switched to CGI animation in 2008, and it ended on 2021 and was rebooted on the same year as All Engines Go. Thomas and Friends is my childhood, and I remembered getting Thomas DVDs when I was little. I used to have them but not anymore. But when I have kids and grandkids, I would definitely pass Thomas to them and future generations of my family. Brandon Carty, filmmaker, posted on X on January the 3rd, Britt was an adoring mother and wife. A visionary producer, she brought so much joy and happiness to people everywhere during her time on Earth. I think I can speak for the entirety of the fandom when I say that all of us will deeply miss her. Without her, so many of us would never have met. While I am devastated by her passing, we can all find comfort in the certainty that her legacy will endure forever through Thomas and his fans around the world. Carty added further context in a statement shared with Newsweek. "I am honored that Britt's family let me bring this news to the Thomas fandom. As a lifelong Thomas fan, it is both heartbreaking and an honor at the same time. The response from the fans has been incredible, and I know her family will be delighted to read all the anecdotes about how she changes so many lives through Thomas the Tank Engine." Heck, even Mattel, which owns the Thomas and Friends media franchise, said in a statement provided to Newsweek about Britt Allcroft's death, "Mattel is deeply saddened by the news of visionary producer and Thomas and Friends TV show creator Britt Allcroft's passing. Britt's contributions to children's television and Thomas and Friends cannot be understated." Bringing the Rev. W. Awdry's Railway series books to television for the first time, Britt introduced the beloved characters of Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends to a new global audience and touched millions of children and adults. Mattel is grateful for Britt's legacy and impact and send our sincerest condolences to Britt's family and friends. I really hope that the 80th anniversary of Thomas and Friends plus Mark Forster's live-action movie would honor both Britt Allcroft and Rev. W. Awdry, with the Mark Forster movie having a good enough story to honor both. Just like with SpongeBob SquarePants' 20th anniversary, back in 2019 when it honored Steven Hillenburg. You will be remembered as the pioneer of children's television. Without you, shows like Fireman Sam, Pingu, Bob the Builder, Bluey, Peppa Pig and Barney and Friends wouldn't never existed. And you will be remembered as the creator of Thomas and Friends and Magic Adventures of Mumphy, and directing Thomas and the Magic Railroad, and voicing Lady in the film. Thank you, Britt Allcroft. You made our childhoods great and memorable. Rest in peace, Britt Allcroft. 1943 to 2024.